Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another Twin Flame Collective Energy Update. The energies since the 2311 portal on the 23rd of November has been very, very intense. So today, being the 24th of November 2025, I just want to say today we are stepping into one of the most metaphysically concentrated days of the year. The cosmic atmosphere is not moving lightly, is moving with depth, density, clarity, and spiritual precision. So every layer of our body and our consciousness is responding to the astrology of today. Nothing is random, nothing is incidental. The universe is activating a specific sequence within, inside the Twin Flame Collective. And this is the day of internal awakening rather than external events. It's a day where our soul and our beloved divine masculine's part of the soul speaks louder than our minds. So today is a day where spiritual truth becomes impossible to ignore. So, as we open the field together, you'll feel a tightening in your chest, a subtle pressure in your solar plexus, and heightened sensitivity around your crown chakra. This is the body preparing to receive information, and this is our intuition being heightened and opening rather in a very steady but intense way. So, this is our higher self communicating. So, you're not imagining this. The cosmos is pressing against the twin flame field with purpose. So that's why, guys, today is crucial. And with all the energies coming in, you are probably thinking, what do I do right now? So, well, today marks the point where the inner truth cannot be avoided. All right. So, the moon sits in the late degrees of Scorpio. The placement acts like a spiritual excavation. Scorpio energy does not care about surface feelings. It goes into one of our emotional core of our emotional body, right? Many of us divine feminines will feel our chest tightening. Many of us will feel our intuition pulling us back, pulling us inward. And today is not meant to be soft, but more meaningful, all right? Especially the moon in Scorpio awakens shadow work that has been dormant for some of us divine feminines, right? It exposes what has been buried. And this lunar placement opens psychic memory. So you may notice flashes of past lives. With your beloved divine masculine, you may sense karmic echoes from timelines you lived before this incarnation. So the moon today reveals everything your soul remembers, even if your mind does not. So that's why today's energy also creates a telepathic bridge between you and your DM. Multidimensional telepathic bridge, of course. So, Scorpio rules psychic merging. So, when the moon sits here, the thoughts and emotions of our beloved divine masculine moves closer to our awareness. We may feel a pressure in our chest, in our heart, that does not quite match the day. So, this is because our divine masculine's energy is touching ours and his internal process is bleeding into our field. So, Jupiter retrograde. All right, now we move into the largest influence of the entire day, Jupiter retrograde. You know, it shapes the entire emotional and mental climate of this moment. Jupiter is the place of expansion, growth, wisdom, and the meaning we attach to our experiences. When Jupiter is retrograde, the expansion turns inward instead of expanding our outer world. Jupiter expands our inner vision. It stretches our conscious awareness, it opens our perception, it moves our focus towards our spiritual evolution. And because Jupiter retrograde in Gemini governs the mind, communication, memory, and thought. And with Jupiter retrograde, in Gemini, all mental loops are amplified. All unspoken thoughts rise to the surface. All unresolved conversations echo again. This is the transit that makes our beloved divine masculine think deeply. He's reviewing everything. He's thinking about moments that you have shared with him. He's revisiting old decisions. He's questioning the story he told himself. He's wondering why he still feels for you after everything that has happened. So Jupiter retrograde rewinds the mental story between you and your DM. So the connection repeats itself inside his mind until he sees the truth he avoided. So for us divine feminines, this is crucial because Jupiter retrograde activates clarity, and especially we're in the last leg of Mercury retrograde as well. So it's all amplified. So we will be seeing patterns that we did not see before. We will understand the emotional truth behind our divine masculine's actions. We will feel the deeper meaning behind our own reactions because Jupiter retrograde gives us perspective. It makes us wiser. It elevates our consciousness. It helps us detach from the surface and see the soul contract beneath the physical separation. That's why this transit also strengthens multi-dimensional communication because Gemini is the ruler of communication. Jupiter expands energy, the retrograde intensifies it. This creates a clear channel where your thoughts and our beloved divine masculine thoughts cross and overlap each other. So, this is why so many of us divine feminines are receiving intuitive phrases, emotional impressions, and dream messages. Literally, you may have woken up feeling your DMs touch, like touching your heart, hugging you, kissing you, So it's like a multi-dimensional integration experience first thing in the morning. So this is real because Jupiter retrograde amplifies the mental connection between us and our beloved divine masculine. So there's a rare triple retrograde influence, all right? Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune are all they are all in retrograde at the same time. So you will not feel this combination again for a long while. This is a very, very rare combination. It's rare because these planets each work through deep layers of the psyche. And when all three reverse their motion, our internal world becomes the primary field of transformation. So this triple retrograde creates a spiritual vortex. The energy collapses inward, and this is not collapse in a negative sense. It is the collapse of illusion. It is the collapse of false understanding. It is the collapse of spiritual avoidance. So Jupiter retrograde rewires meaning. Saturn retrograde increases emotional responsibility. That's why for our divine masculine, this is the crucial period, isn't it? And Neptune retrograde clears illusion. The result is a powerful internal awakening. Many of us are feeling this shift, right? And many of our divine masculines today feel a strange heartbreak that they cannot explain. So this could be grief from a past life. They may feel the weight in their chest. They may feel guilt. They may feel longing. They may feel fear of losing us. This is the triple retrograde pressing into his heart. His part of the soul is being activated, his ego is being stripped, and old emotional shields are being dissolved. So, for us divine feminines, the triple retrograde creates emotional clarity. We may feel tired, we may feel raw, we may feel deeply intuitive, we may feel like we can see through everything, and that is because Neptune retrograde removes fog. Saturn retrograde removes denial, Jupiter retrograde removes illusion. Together we create a moment of spiritual honesty. We see the connection exactly as it is. Our heart is not confused, our soul is speaking, and this triple transit prepares us for a deeper level of union. Really, in all categories, even if you have just met, even if you're in separation, pre-union stage, just gotten into a union, stabilizing union, we are feeling more and more because there is no state of like, see, that's why I always say stabilizing union, because it only gets better and better, deeper and deeper, profound and more profound. So that's the infinite eternal beauty of our twin flame connection with our beloved divine masculine. So that's why, whether it happens internally or externally, this transit prepares us for miracles, more and more miracles to come. And Saturn retrograde, discipline, karma, truth, responsibility, emotional maturity, it's all shaking our DMs. Totally. So, because when Saturn is in retrograde, everything that our divine masculine avoided emotionally comes back for integration. Saturn retrograde in Pisces melts the barrier around his masculine heart. He feels everything. He feels the loss, he feels the distance, he feels the love, he feels the regret, he feels the fear. Saturn retrograde shows him the emotional consequences of his choices. It does not punish him, it awakens him. This is the transit that forces our beloved divine masculine to stop running from his own feelings. So that's why we may feel waves of heaviness, because his emotional body is trying to stabilize itself. And Pisces dissolves boundaries, and when Saturn sits in reverse motion, he cannot hide from himself. He cannot shut down. He cannot silence the connection. He feels it truly. And this is why many of our beloved divine masculines feel spiritually broken during this period. He's not broken, he's opening up. And Neptune retrograde. Neptune is the ruler of intuition, spirituality, dreams, psychic memory, higher love, and soul recognition. So when Neptune moves in reverse, all illusions dissolve. Everything that was hidden becomes visible. Everything that was suppressed becomes felt. Everything that was misunderstood becomes clarified. Neptune retrograde is the most spiritually powerful of all retrogrades for the entire Twin Flame Collective, because it governs the invisible threads that bind us across dimensions. And today, Neptune retrograde works directly on the heart chakra and the third eye. We may feel a buzzing at the center of our forehead. We may feel a soft pressure around our temples. We may feel heat rising in our chest. These sensations are not random. These are signs that our intuitive channels are widening. Neptune retrograde opens the telepathic, multi-dimensional bridge between us and our divine masculine. It removes the fog that kept, both you and your DM confused about the nature of the connection itself. That's why for the divine masculines out there, Neptune retrograde is uncomfortable. It strips away his coping mechanism. It removes the fantasy he created to avoid facing his feelings. It exposes the truth he tried to hide from himself. He may feel emotionally naked. He may feel vulnerable. He may feel like he cannot control his own heart. Neptune retrograde brings him into spiritual clarity. He sees the connection differently. He sees the sacredness of it. He feels the intensity that he once tried to reject. The transit awakens the deeper layer of devotion. So that's why for us divine feminines, Neptune retrograde is liberating. We suddenly understand things we struggled with. We see the emotional truth behind our divine masculine's behavior. We see the karmic pattern behind our own reactions. We feel an internal shift that brings us deeper into alignment with our higher self. So Neptune retrograde enhances psychic sight. We may have dreams of our past lives with our DM, flash forwards of the future, intense. We may feel flashes of our first meeting in higher realms, in other galaxies. We may sense the original, soul contract that binds us, even visions of being in the cosmic egg and the split and everything. So Neptune retrograde totally allows us to feel our beloved divine masculine through the soul rather than the mind. And this is why you may feel waves of longing without sadness. You may feel moments of heart expansion. You may feel a deep tenderness moving through your chest. Neptune retrograde opens the heart to divine love. And with Mercury retrograde, it means communication begins to shift from physical to energetic. That's why this is one of the strongest Mercury retrogrades of the year, the last Mercury retrograde and strongest. So this phase does not break communication, it rewires it. So that's why many of you guys are feeling intuitive messages before speaking. And I would also say this Mercury retrograde has been the most intense. Many of you guys have been telling me that as well. Very intensely felt, technological, your phone not working, this not working, printer not working, all kinds of, because it's a very intense one. So that's why, as divine feminines, you may feel the urge to reach out. And this is why, many divine masculines are remembering old texts, reading old messages, old moments, this shadow. So this is like bringing the shadows out. So it makes the mind revisit emotional truth behind communication. So divine masculines are also feeling triggered by the thought of reaching out. So divine masculines may want to talk, may want to message. He may rehearse what he wants to say. He may fear rejection. He may read old messages. Mercury brings him into awareness of how his silence has affected the connection. So it shows him the impact of his withdrawal. And that's why for us divine feminines, this Mercury season brings our claircognizance, it heightens it. You know things before they happen, you sense communication shifts, you feel the energetic preparation before physical movement. So that's why this Mercury retrograde is the moment where everything becomes intensified. And then we have got the Venus and Mars polarity activation as well. So Venus governs the heart, Mars governs desire. Together they create the attraction field. So today Venus and Mars activate a polarity correction within the collective. So Venus pulls us divine feminines inward, softening our emotional body, and Mars pulls our divine masculines inward, awakening his instinct to protect, reconnect, and realign. This creates a powerful magnetism between our divine masculine and us. And as the divine feminine, we may feel emotional openness, we may feel tenderness, we may feel romantic memory, we may feel a deeper longing to be held, understood, and seen, right? So Venus today activates sensual memory. We may remember the way our dearest looked at us, not in this lifetime, but every other lifetime before. And we may remember the way he touched our hand, the warmth in his voice, the way his eyes looks at us. These memories are being resurfaced due to clear emotional residue. And our divine masculines feel Mars strongly. He may feel sudden physical yearning. He may feel a pull towards intimacy. So if you are feeling intimate all of a sudden, it's because of your DM. So you may feel the desire rising without reason. He may feel the urge to protect you, even from afar. Mars energy awakens his primal memory of you. This is not lust, it's soul recognition expressed through physical longing. And hence why the Venus Mars polarity does not force communication, it prepares the attraction field. It rewires the emotional and physical connection so that when communication actually happens, it's grounded, sincere, and aligned. So that's why, guys, today our divine masculines feel restless. He feels exposed. He feels like something is pulling him inward. Jupiter makes him think, Saturn makes him feel, Neptune makes him remember, Mars makes him yearn, Venus makes him soften, and the lunar energy makes him vulnerable. So that's why do not feel like he's ignoring you. He's overwhelmed by himself. He's confronting feelings he avoided for months. He's reviewing memories he tried to forget. He's sensing the connection louder than ever. So that's why for divine feminines, we are feeling tender, wise, tired, intuitive, spiritually aware. We feel our own evolution, ready to go deeper into the deeper phase of our journey. So we would feel like the past is no longer fitting us anymore, that we feel our heart is healing, we feel that our soul is expanding, we're absorbing multiple retrogrades, so that's why it's so intense. So that's why, today we feel everything first. We are more energetically receptive. Our nervous system is more open. Our heart chakra is more sensitive. A deep heart chakra opening is also taking place. So you may just feel this in, in your heart area, like everything is just coming in deeply. So the emotional vulnerability of our beloved divine masculine, because Saturn retrograde in Pisces is melting his emotional walls. Pisces, the thing about Pisces energy is it dissolves boundaries, right? Saturn represents emotional structure, and when Saturn reverses in Pisces, his inner structure dissolves. And this does not make him weak, it makes him real. Real. It forces him to confront emotions he buried. It brings him face to face with his fear of intimacy and beyond. So it strips the illusion he used to protect himself. So that's why today our beloved divine masculines are feeling exposed, raw, deeply drawn, deeply intense. So a desire to reach out is there, and especially for those of you guys in separation, your DM is trying to reach out, but there's a mixture of fear, vulnerability, and everything. So guys, that's why the emotional echo between us and our divine masculine is stronger than usual today. This is because the retrogrades have lowered the veil between subconscious mind and the conscious mind. All right, so that's why, like, our emotional bodies are communicating really deeply today. So that's why you would feel your DM thinking about you. You would feel his heaviness, you'll feel his longing, and everything is going on in that way. So divine masculines are processing today's energy differently from us. He's not used to feeling deeply, he's not used to emotional transparency, he's not used to the intensity of spiritual awakening. When retrogrades press into his emotional body, he feels overwhelmed. He does not always understand the sensations. He may not realize it's coming from us, you see. So that's why, guys, today the way we are processing is also a bit more intense. Our spiritual body is more sensitive. We feel the shifts before our DM understands them. We carry the wisdom of what is going on in that way. So the angel numbers today are 2424, awakening, realignment. You're being guided towards a higher vibration. So if you're seeing 2244, union pathways are aligning. The universe is balancing your energies with your beloved divine masculine. If you're seeing 444, stability, divine order, spiritual grounding, your connection is a foundation beyond the physical. And if you are seeing 2222, ascended guidance, cosmic recalibration, and protection of your emotional field, you're not alone. If you're seeing 555, transformation, release of old identity, breakthrough energy, shifting timelines. And if you are seeing 1010, point reset, it's the beginning of a new cycle. And the sacred flowers for today are lotus, rebirth, purification, rising from emotional darkness, roses, heart activation, divine love, emotional clarity. There were so many roses in my garden today, like at least about 70 roses. Lately I've been growing so many roses. So really, guys, if you are seeing roses, it's a deep sign of deep heart activation. And a lot of signs are coming in as well. If you're seeing a bluebell, soft soul memory, past life remembrance. If you're seeing the jasmine flower, devotion, sacred longing, and higher love frequency. And finally, if you're seeing swans, it's union, loyalty, you and your DM, of course. If you are seeing the wolf, soul recognition, intuitive leadership and protection. If you're seeing the lion, it's courage, heart, strength, stepping into spiritual power. And if you're seeing dragonflies today, peace, reconciliation, emotional healing. So, the final cosmic message of the day, today, the 24th of November, is all about depth, deep. Everything is so deep and intense, especially with the post 2311 portal energies. The 2311 portal, it's going to be open for another couple of days. So if you guys want to book the healing and activation, you can do so through the link in the description. Because of the success of the healing, some of you guys have written to me, if I'm still offering it. Yes, I am offering it still. I've also introduced the Mercury retrograde healing and activations, because this Mercury retrograde is so intense and strong, and the final one this year. So you can book for your session via my website as well. And if you guys want to work one-on-one with me, you can do so by booking the first time twin flame guidance session. You can ask me all the questions you want during our sessions. It's conducted live by me, one-on-one. And guys, I've also introduced Saturn retrograde healing, Saturn Jupiter retrograde healing. So do check out my website if you're drawn to them. I would highly, highly recommend soul realignment. This is an excellent period to get it done. The heart recalibration healing, everything. Sometimes you guys ask me what healing, right? What would I recommend? Trust your instinct, trust what your intuition tells you. It never goes wrong. So go for what you're drawn to the most. And if you guys want to work one-on-one, for those of you who are coming back again, you can book the 1 hour Ask Me Anything You Want session as well. So again, same thing. You guys have worked with me, so So with that, I just have to say, today is not a day of physical change alone. You're not losing your connection. You're rediscovering it. You're not waiting for your DM in a literal way. You're aligning with yourself so that he comes back deeper, more profoundly. Another beautiful thing is, every day we are learning, every day we are growing, no matter which stage of the journey we are in, just mad, just separated, middle separation, pre union, started to stabilize the connection, been in stable union for at least 6 months, been in stable union for a few years. It's all the beauty and the nature of our experience, because every single day, we're experiencing, we're expanding, and we are glowing, and we are growing. And to honor every moment, to appreciate every moment, because there is no separation. We are just, so for those of you guys in separation, you guys are just anchoring the separation into, you're just anchoring the union into 3D. Because the separation in itself is only visible in the 3D. And when you get into physical union, that's like that final piece. But having said that, all our journeys are so unique. We cannot compare it at all. We are from all over the galaxies. We come in with different missions, different callings. And sometimes you think that it's due to healing that you're in separation. That's not true. Sometimes it could be due to missions. Your mission in itself is to be in separation before you get together. So all of our journeys are very, very, very unique. So don't beat yourself up over it too much. Trust God. Remember, external teachers like me, external clairvoyants like me are only meant to inspire your internal teacher, to activate your internal intuition. Remember, trust your intuition always. Your higher self is guiding you always. God is with us always. Talk to God directly. Remember, the voice of God is silence. The voice of the mind is chatter. So, that's why intuition, you just know it. It's claircognizance. So, if you're hearing a lot of words, it's often the mind, because the mind is the one that's like telling you this, telling you that. So, trust your intuition. Trust the silence within, trust the voice of God always. With that, all the best, and I'll come back again tomorrow with another twin flame collective reading. Love you all. Blessings, blessings, blessings. May the sun and moon be with you always. May you be blessed with abundance, unconditional love, union energies, peace, and happiness always. All right. So much love to you, so much blessings to you, and all praise to God, all gratitude to God, all gratitude to the cosmos always. Love you all, and see you all again tomorrow. Bye bye.